This video, we give you the zeros of the function and we want you to write the function's equation out. So here's an example. We say the zeros of the function are at 0, -2, and -3. If you remember, the zeros of the functions are your x-intercepts. So we have 3 x-intercepts. That means the degree of this function is going to be 3, a cubic function. You can have multiple answers for this problem. So the first answer could be taking each of these zeros, write them in factored form. So here's the first 0. So you write it in factored form. You have to think opposite, x minus 0. Then we have our next factor of -2. So x minus -2. And then our last one is -3. So x minus -3. You could leave the answer like that, or you could clean up x minus 0, which is just x. X minus -2 is a +2. And then x minus -3 is a +3. So it's a little bit nicer looking now. Or you could start to FOIL. If I took these two binomials, I could FOIL them together to look like that. Or another answer that could exist is you would take that x in front here and distribute it through to lead you to this last function. So all of these answers are acceptable. You can choose whichever answer you want. You could leave it in factored form. You could start FOILing it out. It's your choice. So here's a second example. This one's a little bit more challenging because now we're throwing some radicals in there, some square roots. So we want you to write the function. The first 0 is 0. So in factored form, it's going to be x minus 0. Then the second factor is square root of 2. So in factored form, it's going to be x minus the square root of 2. Then the last one of negative square root of 2, that's going to be x minus negative square root of 2. And when it says the degree is 3, our function is a cubic function. So you could leave the answer like that, or you could clean it up. And that's what we want you to do if it says the degree is 3. We want you to FOIL it all out, clean it up, so you have that highest power term in the third power. So I'm going to first just take care of x minus 0 in the green and just change that to an x, drop the 0. And then the blue one, I'm going to leave it alone. So then the red one, a negative turns that to a positive. Now I'm going to start to FOIL. So I'm going to FOIL this piece. First, outside, inside, last. And I'm going to ignore the green x out in front for now. Be very careful when you FOIL here. X times x is x squared. X times square root of 2 is plus x square roots of 2. Now we go to the inside. Negative square root of 2 times x is negative x square roots of 2. Then we'll go to last. Negative square root of 2 times positive square root of 2 is negative square root of 4. All right, now let's clean up that bracket. So I still have the x out in front. Within our bracket, our x squared is as it is. These two are like terms. So negative and a positive will cancel out. And then negative square root of 4 is -2. Now we'll FOIL, or not FOIL, distribute this x through. So So we get x times x squared is x cubed, and then x times negative 2 is negative 2x. And then rewrite it in function notation. So our answer is f of x equals x cubed minus 2x.